To take the session forward, I would like to invite Mr. P.K. Thakur. The role played by technology has grown leaps and bounds when it comes to construction equipment in recent times. As a result of this, it has also brought in efficiency while executing project at sites. P.K. Thakur is an engineering graduate from IIT Dhanbad and has a strong working experience of 26 years in India and abroad in the core construction industry. He has got broad experience during posting at various sites, workshops, HO and CO with the top reputed companies like Kunjwai, DS Construction Limited Vidya, SPML Infra, etc. Mr. Thakur is presently associated with GIA Infra Projects Limited as Vice President Plant and Equipment and heading a team of approximately 300 M-band employees with an asset value worth more than rupees 1,900 crores. Today, he will be sharing his views on efficient monitoring and control of CE allocated at various sites adopting latest technology. So let's welcome Mr. P.K. Thakur.
We are a leading road construction company. We are based in Delhi, and our projects are spread all across the country. 31 live projects and 26 operational and maintenance projects are already in action. So, for such a vast range of construction equipments and spread all across the country, it's really a big challenge to handle these equipments and their monitoring, operation controls all together at once. So I'd like to share the presentations which I'm having right now, and it will give some very fair idea how I want to see the equipment maintenance from a little different angle. Gentlemen, this is about efficient monitoring and control of construction equipment located at various sites, adopted by adopting some latest technology. So in this session, what I find as I told you, so for almost more than 7,000 plant and equipment, machineries and vehicles we are having in our fleet. So I shall centralize my discussion with reference to the background of GR Infra projects equipments, which is spread in 16 states almost where our projects are going on, and 31 live projects, 26 random projects. The total asset value as of now is something about 2,000 plus crores. So handling for such a large set of equipments, it's really a challenging task, and that too when the assets are spread from Gujarat to Manipur and from Himachal to Karnataka and Andhra. And that too, these days, very specialized construction equipments are being used, and to provide them a very rationalized and optimum maintenance process, it's really a challenging task. So here we have categorized our expenses of plant and equipments in three major segments, and we have analyzed and found that there are three major expense area or expenses, which is the fuel cost and plant and equipment manpower cost and the real maintenance cost. If we holistically compare this, we find that almost 13 to 14% of the total turnover of the company is this expensive, which is basically three categories. So when we talk about the maintenance, the real maintenance, which includes our fuel, which includes our spare parts, filters, and this etc. This type of thing. This is only one from 1 to 1.5, 1.1%, whereas the fuel cost, which is a very big area and very huge cost is involved in this, is something about more than 10%, something about 10%. So we have tried to focus our control on these three major fields to get some efficient result where we can really share something to improve the bottom line of the company. So in this discussion, when we found that, we analyzed what are the challenges our assets manager are facing at sites and what is the expectation of our management we are having with plant and equipment department with our asset management team. So comparing, noting down all these things, and when we concluded this, we picked up five most challenging things. Then these are five challenging things, which is monitoring and ensure of optimum utilization of assets, very strict monitoring of operators, very efficient how we efficiently dispense the fuel, and how we monitor the fuel consumption and stop pilferage of the fuels, and how we ensure timely preventive maintenance. These are five major pain area where we really need to focus. So thing is that how to do it. So my team and we have a channel partner, Mobile, you all must knowing them, the German-based mobile automation leader. And with their support, we have developed a very comprehensive solution which is based on utilizing the sensors and some data capabilities. And if we analyze those data capabilities, and if we but when we utilize this and we uh, utilize these sensors and data capabilities which we have developed through their application, and some data which is already available with us through our SAP. We are using plant and machinery module of SAP, and some data we have generated through this MOBA, and finally we have plugged together and we tried to provide a solution. So the solution is this. This is called Sitematrix, and this is one-stop solution for all these challenges which we have mentioned earlier. So these five features we have mainly concentrated, and we are expecting to get the solution of this five features of this Sitematrix, which is focusing on equipment utilization, monitoring of manpower, particularly driver and operators, very authorized and controlled fuel dispensing, fuel consumption monitoring, their analysis, data digging and excavation, and finally to ensure timely preventive maintenance. So these are very small components which are being used along with the equipments to achieve this. So we can see some nozzle readers are there, some universal controller is there, and tank tag is there, ultrasonic sensor is there, and some eye buttons are there. So in one set of equipments, we have to install this ultrasonic sensors and universal controller and this eye buttons. And for diesel dispensing purpose, we have nozzle readers. And of course, in the fuel tank, we have tank tags, which is already fitted permanently with the equipments, which cannot be altered, which cannot be removed, which cannot be reutilized. So this is one time fixed, and when this is, if somebody is trying to remove it, it cannot be done. So what does actually, so these are the four components which I mentioned, and this is a universal controller where the signals from these components are coming and being accumulated here, and this data is bidirectional data which is accumulated at the cloud of MOVA. And in column 3 you might have seen this is SAP data, and through a tunnel this some very restricted data is being transmitted and shared with mobile cloud, and similarly from mobile cloud data is also transmitted to our grill cloud. So this is a bidirectional data, and from this we can read or monitor either through desktop or through app application on a mobile through Android. So this is the dashboard where we club all this data together and finally monitor it in one glance. So here we have data of equipment monitoring, Here we have operator monitorings. Here how diesel dispensing is being done, how fuel average is coming up for all the equipments, all the assets of the company all together in one room. If there is any fuel drop, which is basically, in other words, we will say a fuel theft, and how we are monitoring this, and some GPS alerts are there, of course, so which is giving an administrative control on the equipments, on the vehicles, which is being monitored, their movement, their operations, their idling, their breakdown, and all. And of course, the preventive maintenance. So all these 5-6 issues for which we are struggling at site level, we tried to provide a solution all together at one platform under one umbrella. So here, this is the equipment real-time monitoring, how this is working. And this is, we can find that this is almost out of complete list or set of equipments, 2701 equipment is stopped as of now. Similarly, 1382 is working, some are idling, some are breakdown, and so and so. Next, if we see the equipment which are working, so project-wise, we can see how the equipments are working. Now, at one particular project, if we go through the class-wise equipments, which is dumper, excavators, and so other, many more other class of category of equipments, how these equipments are on one particular project, these are spread on how many equipments are working. Similarly, same thing is there for the manpower monitoring. Almost little less than 6,000 manpower we are having in our plant and equipment, which is connected through this system. And as shown in the right side of the screen, there's some I button, individual I button is issued to individuals, all employees, whoever is the operator or driver they are having. And this I button is fixed on the in the cabin of the machine. And once this I button is coming in contact of this central controller, machine will be started. Only then ignition will start. And once the ignition will start, immediately this information will be recorded in the software that yes, this particular X person has started the machine and his attendance starts. So based on that, we can see how many manpower we are having, how many they are working, how many are absent, how many are on outside duty, or if somebody is on leave. So this data can be captured and analyzed further. Same data can be presented in this way for various projects, how many persons are present, absent, or project-wise distribution of their operator and manpower. Similar is their availability. If we want to see on weekly basis or monthly basis or half-yearly basis or annual basis. So here is the sample which we have presented here just for 1 week. How many manpower? What is the trend of attendance we are having at various projects? And if we want to drill down furthermore, we can see the individual manpower, their leave, their absent, present. So all they are connected up to the bottom level. So a person sitting in the head office, if he wants to find out the detail of all 6,000 manpower they are having in that team, they can drill down very well and they can find out and ultimate information up to last manpower having in the team. Similarly, we are having a diesel dispensing system. We want to capture the detail of the fuel. So on this particular day, one particular day, a total of 128,564 liter diesel was dispensed. And these are the items, right hand side, we can see these are nozzle readers are there, tank tags are there, and central controller is there. So through these three small devices, we can capture all this data, and we can find out this how much quantity of fuel is dispensed in our equipments, and how much we have given to others, means some contractors or maybe some individuals or like that. What is the distribution of fuel? If you want to see project wise, this will be like this. If you want to see this class wise, this will like this. And if you want to see how this was distributed along with individual equipments, we can find out very well. So we can find the data of 1,27,000 liters which was distributed on that particular day, from that level to individual level, in which equipment, at what reading, how much quantity of fuel we have dispensed. Similar is the analysis of fuel average. We have categorized and given a certain margin for some. For example, take an example of excavator. If we take a minimum or maximum limit of the fuel average, so a range of, for example, 12 to 14 liter. So if it is good, then beyond that it will be bad, and if it is in between that, there is a range of okay. So this can be classified in this way, and this data, as I mentioned earlier, can be picked from that level, and it can be shown here. Similarly, same for all projects we can find out. For all class of equipments, we can find out for that particular project. And then similarly, if we want to see the bad average, earlier we had seen if it was good average, it was well within our range. If we see where the fuel average is not as per expectation, so then this type of images will come. For bad average, we can further drill down and we can see for which equipments why fuel average is bad, why it is not in a range, what reading was there, how much fuel was dispensed. In one glance on Excel sheet, it is visible. We can transport this data by Excel, in Excel form, by mail also. So for analysis purpose, we can further drill down. Similar is for fuel drop. Fuel drops means, in other words, or simple language, if there is some pilferage of fuel, we are recording here. So we can see for last 1 year, total 83 cases were recorded, and in this month of May, one case was already recorded. Similarly, for last year, what we had seen 83 cases, this can be distributed here, which is visible on which side, how many cases occurred in last 1 year. So it's a project-wise distribution of fuel theft. Similarly, we can go and we can see for that particular project in which type of equipment so many cases are there, and finally in which equipment, at what time, at which location this fuel pilferage took place. And here is the list of that equipment. So this is Ganga, which is our project in Patna, and we have noticed the fuel drop at this time on 12th of April at 11:53 time, and which is captured here in yellow box on the right hand side on the top. We can see there is a sharp decline in the fuel level, which clearly shows that there is a pilferage of fuel, and location can be very well traced from GPS. Wherever required, we can take necessary action on the drivers and this. So this is important feature which we have tried to capture here. And believe me, we have got a very positive response after the implementation of this. Similarly is the GPS alerts. So 5-6 alerts we are getting here. So we have confined the area and a geofencing for all the equipments through GPS, where geofencing, so we can, for our assets, we can do this type of control over equipments, which is geofence monitoring. Similarly, if device is disconnected deliberately by operators, so that alarm will be generated, and immediately a backup SMS will come on the controller's phone. Similarly, if there is very long idling, suppose one driver is going to site, and while coming back, he has parked the machine, he has parked the vehicle at some say dhaba, and staying there, engine is on, and simply is wasting the time over there. So even if more than means approved idling time, suppose it could be say 5 minutes or something like that, or 20 minutes, whatever we allocate to them, this could be means a delay due to traffic congestion and all. So if it goes beyond that, immediately message will flash. So if long idling is there or overstopping of vehicle is there, message will come up. Similarly, it will record the driver's behavior also. Behavior means this is in terms of working. So if it is over idling, or whether it is over speeding, or whether how many times this disconnection was there, or how irregular he was there on his duties, how many times he has started the vehicles. So this type of things can be recorded very well. Similarly, we have very well defined that area, a geofence, and if vehicle or machine is going out of that geofence and if it is not authorized, this machine has got the feature to immobilize it. Means sitting here in office, we can switch off its ignition, and machine will be parked there only. It will not move further. And so once switch immobilization command is given, it cannot go beyond 200 meters further there. This type geofencing is there, which is a typical example here we have shown, and for which vehicle or what purpose was allocated, and if it is satisfactory range, very fine. If it is not in our as per our satisfaction range, then very well we can switch it off. So we have a very precise administrative control over equipments through the system. Similarly, for preventive maintenance, the working hour data and this duration of change interval, these two features, these two data are fed in our SAP through our PM module, and as a very initial stage I told, through this tunnel, this data is transmitted to MOVA cloud, and here this analysis part is done. So we have divided this maintenance, because our concern is if it is whether this is really going to be overdue, or whether this is due, or whether this is yet to be due, or its purpose is that it should not, machine should not run overdue. Periodic maintenance has to be carried out on prescribed as per OEM's prescription and on exactly due date. So we have divided in three parts, and further we can see how preventive maintenance and which side this overdue is there. So for example, this one project is Bulli, where 165 cases are shown overdue. So immediately we can contact them, our site team there, why this is overdue, whether spares are not available, filter or lubricants are not there, or manpower problem is there, or whether machine is nobody is taking care of that and all. So this pan area can be also captured here. Similarly, we can further drill down on one particular project. For example, as I told you in Guli, we can further cascade it here, and we equipment wise we can see it. Similarly, on that one set of equipment which was DG, 9 DGs were shown overdue, and these are those 9 DG sets. So we have tried to cover all this 5-6 pan area, which is really a headache for our asset managers at site level, and where there are huge scope of improvement, and where a large, a big amount of means the money is involved there also. So our management is also concerned about that. It should be controlled, and it's our moral responsibility also to control all these things. So we try to cover all these 5-6 area here. This so we can very well see that if there is any alert, what we are getting, over speeding alerts are here shown, idling are shown, if there is tool theft are there, or if it is geofencing is there, if disconnections is there, or something like that. So same thing. Holistically, if we see this, we try to we try to cover all this pen area with the complete gamut of this 5-6 features.